Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Comic Book Cove. I'm Tom Morris,
And I'm Josh Holderbaum.
and this episode we are going into superpowered, galactic powered, and Amazonian powered. Really meta-humans to the extreme.
Yeah, and a mixture of established superheroes and some who are just trying to find their footing
Yes.
right now, too, like with Simon Baz and
Mhm.
Jessica Cruz and Kong Kenan.
Yes. Pretty good all around. This episode pretty well hits new and established.
Yep.
Really good. This episode of Comic Book Cove, we are going to discuss the following titles: Green Lanterns number 6, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 4, New Superman number 3, Action Comics number 963, Wonder Woman number 6, and Superwoman number 2. And as always, spoilers ahead. Green Lanterns number 6, Rage Planet Part 6. Well, we've waited 6 issues for Green Lantern. We've waited to see if Jessica would finally be able to muster enough willpower to make her first construct, and she does. And in big fashion, it takes down the Hell Tower.
Yeah. Kind of, to me, a little unsurprising that a character who isn't capable of doing something ends up being capable of essentially concluding the story arc.
Yes.
But she does make a really powerful thing that she doesn't really even know what it is. It's just a sort of a plant tree type thing that grows and destroys the Hell Tower itself, which is pretty darn impressive for as Simon says, to Atrocitus, hey, you just got taken out by a girl who couldn't make a construct this morning.
Right. I think she finally found the willpower to, even though she said that she was scared and she was anxious, she finally found her strengths, her inner willpower, and when the willpower was spiking, she said it burned her finger like never before. It burned brighter than never before. I thought that was cool that she finally was able to overcome her fear. And when you see that, you see the Hell Tower being destroyed, and Simon and Jessica think they won, but I don't think they won.
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, Atrocitus is not concerned at all with the Hell Tower. And once, at the very end, once they're back on Ismalt, he tells Bleez that wasn't the end. I mean, it was the rage scene. It was what Dexter took down into the earth that looked like a cat toy. It looks more like a snake kind of alien scary thing, which is now at the center of the earth, which presumably will somehow change Earth, maybe give off more rage on Earth. It'll be interesting to see what it does.
It's the new fear entity, and it's
new rage entity,
and it's going to feed on the rage of what's from Earth. And wow, it was, especially when the cat came up, and you liked that part.
Oh yeah, I did enjoy how. I mean, not only does he save the day. Yeah. I mean, for the Red Lanterns, not the day for us. And then Atrocitus stands there and says, "Good cat."
Right.
And it just kind of made me laugh, that comment. But it makes me think maybe when they're on Ismalt, he has one of those little cat sticks and gets as he gets Dexter to work out some of his energy, stands there and says, "Good kitty, good kitty." That's focusing his rage. Maybe Dexter really hates those toys. Who knows?
Jessica and Simon, they finally start to bond. They finally start to appreciate what the other can do. And when Jessica was buried underneath the rubble, Simon was very concerned for her. She pops out, and they go on. They leave, they go back to the house.
And she has the bear.
Yes, the bear was most importantly.
So Simon will be the uncle of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
They get to the house, and after the greetings, they meet Rami, the rogue guardian who has been waiting there for the legendary Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. Well, he's not coming anytime soon. And he says that he has been an exiled guardian because he created the Phantom Ring, which anyone could control.
Yeah.
Which is very significant because earlier in the issue, Jessica said she could order a pizza the size of her head because so much was taken out of her from using the ring. And Kyle Rayner had said that a long time ago, was that the ring takes everything out of you. When Oliver Queen used it during Green Lantern, the original Green Lantern Rebirth, that wipes you completely out.
And he just made, because Ollie made, when he took, what was that, Hell's Ring?
Yes,
Hell's Ring. He put on, and he created one puny little arrow. Yes. And he was exhausted after that. And Kyle said, hey, it takes a lot out of you. And so it'll be interesting to see how this Phantom Ring works.
Right.
I mean, that would be a pretty powerful weapon for anyone who can't become a member of any of the cores right now. They don't have enough rage. Might not have enough fear.
They can't control the fear.
Yeah, they might not be able to control any of those things. So, I mean, it could be a pretty powerful weapon. It could also be a powerful tool if, maybe a Green Lantern uses that in conjunction with their ring. Maybe for someone like Jessica, who can't necessarily create constructs all the time out of willpower.
Yes. Bleez seems to be having a change of heart.
Yeah, she's having a bit of a
identity crisis.
Yeah.
Crisis of emotion, where she has been changed after Simon was able to purge the rage out of her and bring her back to her normal state, her previous state. And she is now just kind of talking about biding her time until she's able to get away from the Red Lanterns and Atrocitus. Wow. That's another story.
Yeah, that bears a lot of parallels to what's happening in Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps with Sora Natu. She's kind of trying to formulate her escape from Sinestro. Bleez is trying to formulate her escape from Atrocitus. And it looks like Atrocitus might know. I mean, he notes that there's something different about Bleez. I mean, he doesn't say that. That's his little mental dialogue. But he knows something's different. Yeah. And if he knows that Simon can purge rage from people, I mean, that might make Simon a target of Atrocitus's rage.
Yes.
Because that's a threat to his very core. To the existence, the mission he's trying to accomplish. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Well, Simon said at the end, this is just the ending, and Atrocitus said, no, this is just the beginning. And this truly is just the beginning of not only the Red Lanterns, but the Green Lantern, Simon and Jessica's story. And I think that they're going to make, as we've seen in the Justice League, they make a pretty good pair. They are learning to be Green Lanterns, and they're learning more importantly to be partners and to trust each other. Our next story arc with the Green Lanterns is more about the Phantom Ring with Rami.
Yep.
I think we'll find out that Rami is going to. A lot of people are after him for that ring because of the power that it can wield.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting this means Simon and Jessica are paired up with yet another outside force who doesn't think very highly of them. I mean, they have a lot to prove to everybody. And this is yet another authority who's here looking for Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
And doesn't want, oh crap, I get the second tier lanterns. I get the third tier lanterns.
Right.
The ones I've never even heard of. So yeah.
Well, Green Lanterns so far has been a great start, and I think the second story arc that we're going to get into is only going to see a more cohesive team, the duo of lanterns, where we see how powerful the Rogue Lantern's Phantom Ring is, and how many. He said he went through 12 different aliens species to get there. I'm sure some of those are going to make their way to Earth. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps #4, Sinestro's Law Part 4, The Fear Engine.
Well, it looks like Sinestro has finally gotten a Green Lantern.
Yes.
And it's not Hal Jordan.
No.
It's not the one he was expecting. It's Guy Gardner.
Of all people.
Yeah.
If you could say that Sinestro has a grudging respect for Hal Jordan, this is the complete opposite of what he feels for Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
he doesn't think, to say that he doesn't think highly of Guy Gardner is a bit of an understatement.
Big time.
I mean, not only, he doesn't just hate Guy Gardner, he doesn't admire him in any respect.
Oh, he despises, he loathes
him. Yeah, he considers him to be the lowest
yes.
Green Lantern of all. But just watching their interaction, which I absolutely loved. I
yes.
mean, it's one of the things that make Guy Gardner such a great Green Lantern, because he's kind of so outlandish.
Yes.
He breaks the mold for all the different Green Lanterns, because he's just such a kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
I mean, when he loses all of his clothing because his ring gets depowered, and
yes.
he just stands there in the buff and just sort of poses for Sinestro, and Sinestro just has to facepalm.
Right.
Like,
oh man, geez. Sinestro was in his righteous, his dun 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 dun. Really?
Yeah.
He was. Boom.
Yeah. It's the Sinestro doesn't really know what to expect from Gardner.
No.
Either. And so Guy can kind of get in his head very easily, because Sinestro doesn't view him as a threat. He hates him, I mean, with a passion. And Guy really toys with him for a lot of that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and so it also sounds like Sinestro doesn't know what happened to the Green Lantern Corps originally.
He thought that they were gone.
He thought they were just gone, and it sounded like it wasn't anything he did.
Right.
I mean, it was just something that happened, and he capitalized on it. Mm-hmm. And now he knows that Guy is back. I mean, he knows Hal is out there somewhere.
Yes.
And now he's starting to realize, okay, maybe the rest of the Green Lanterns
he knows. He knows.
Yeah, he's starting to figure that out.
Because Hal, because he wanted Hal, and he was very upset when they said, "I thought you brought me a Green Lantern." Oh, we did. You brought me not the one I wanted. You brought me a one. Of all the ones you bring me here. Then he's thinking, wait, if you bring me this one, that means, that means we're back. Yeah. And all of a sudden, Sinestro had constructed a fist just to pound, pounds Guy Gardner. And then he's not done yet, because he says, get me the other Lantern who said that they had Hal Jordan. Well, Hal Jordan was intercepted by Sinestro's daughter.
Yeah, Soranik now has...
Yeah, that didn't go too well either, did it?
Yeah. Looks like it's kind of ambiguous in the first scene we see, because we know she's sort of operating on him. That's her gimmick, that she's a doctor. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we see him... It sort of looks like he's being tortured at the beginning. Mm-hmm. We see it revisit that later on. Yep. And she has him in some unknown location, and she's healing him.
Yes.
I mean, looks like she's getting ready for him to help her against Sinestro.
And when Sinestro finds out that his daughter had kind of subverted Hal Jordan, that didn't go over too well with that Lantern, did it?
Yeah, no.
And he got tore apart.
Yeah.
And, wow. Sinestro's not having a good day. And then they bring... I like this part, because Sinestro is a character who has a rigid code of conduct for himself. The worst villains, in terms of the most evil ones, are the ones that feel that their path is righteous. Mm-hmm. And when all these Sinestro Corps brings all these children and young to feed off their fear, he says, no, we're not. What did he call it?
He said, I intend for us to be enforcers, not villains.
Yeah,
he sees that difference, that what he's doing is good.
Yep.
I mean, he is trying to benefit society in his own very, very twisted,
and bring the biggest and the strongest and the most high will-powered. And when you break them, that fear will power the fear engine, and it's a lantern battery.
Yeah,
basically.
Essentially, yeah. And Sinestro would rather envision it sort of like, the term I came up with was like a culling. Mm-hmm. You're taking a certain group or society, and you're taking just a small portion of them, to power this engine.
Yes. At the very end of this issue, we see that Guy Gardner was given a 24-hour, he was on 24-hour recon. Mm-hmm. John Stewart had waited for him long enough, and he goes down to Mago, Pogo, and rallies the troops to say we could sit and we can heal and we can, when we're at full strength, and then we can go, or we can just say to heck with it and find Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the lanterns are Green Lantern's light, so they cheer him.
Yeah.
And so it looks like this. So Hal Jordan is incapacitated. Guy Gardner is on the mercy of the Sacrament and about to be broken in for the Fear Engine. And we're also going to see, it looks like John Stewart is going to lead the Lanterns charge to wherever they need to go to find out what's going on, which will bring them back into the universe proper.
Yeah, and we'll see just how out of it Hal Jordan is, because I mean, looks like he's probably on the mend.
Yes.
So he'll probably be joining that fight pretty soon. It'll be interesting to see the rest of the Green Lantern Corps' reaction to Hal.
Yes.
Because Hal was kind of on the outs with them for a while. I mean, he was the Lost Lantern they called him? Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But he does, he has a ring made out of pure willpower. So that might hold one of the keys to repowering the core.
Yes. We're going to take our break, and when we come back, we will discuss New Superman number 3 and Action Comics number 963. We'll be right back.